You don't choose who you're attracted to, and that's not a weakness. That's your brain doing something extraordinarily complex in a fraction of a second. Psychologists have found that attraction is not random. It is a deeply wired biological and psychological response shaped by your entire history. Your childhood, your past relationships, your deepest unmet needs. The person who catches your attention across a room is not accidental. Your nervous system recognized something, a pattern, a familiarity, a signal. One of the most powerful forces behind attraction is similarity. Research has found that people are significantly more attracted to those who share their values, their humor, and their worldview. We are drawn to people who feel like a version of ourselves because they make us feel understood. But here is where it gets deeper. Psychologists discovered something called the mere exposure effect. The more you see someone, the more attractive they become. Not because they changed, because your brain begins to feel safe with what is familiar. Attraction and safety are more connected than most people realize. The person who feels familiar feels safe, and safe feels like home. Then there is what psychologists call attachment style attraction. The way you were loved as a child created a template in your brain for what love is supposed to feel like. And as an adult, you unconsciously seek out relationships that match that template, even when that template includes anxiety, unpredictability, emotional unavailability. This is why people sometimes feel the most intense attraction to the very people who are wrong for them. Intensity is not love. It is recognition. It is your nervous system saying, "This feels like home," even when home was never safe. And there is one more layer most people never consider: confidence. Not arrogance, not performance. Genuine self-assurance. The quality of someone who is completely comfortable in their own skin. Research consistently shows that people are deeply attracted to those who know who they are, because confidence communicates something primal. This person is safe. This person is real. This person knows where they stand. Understanding the psychology of attraction does not make it less magical. It makes it more meaningful, because when you understand why you are drawn to certain people, you can begin to choose more consciously. You can ask yourself, am I drawn to this person because they are genuinely good for me, or because they feel familiar in ways I have not yet healed from? The question alone can change everything. Not the relationship, not the other person. You. The way you see, the way you choose, the way you love. Because the most beautiful attraction is not the one that just happens to you. It is the one you walk toward with open eyes, with full awareness, with the choice that comes from knowing yourself. So the next time you feel drawn to someone, pause, just for a moment, and ask yourself, what is it in me that recognizes something in them? Because that answer will tell you if this named something you have been feeling. Share it with someone who needs to hear it today, because understanding yourself is the beginning of every great love story, including the one with yourself.